I'm back in the kitchen and I am actually preparing an old school Sicilian recipe. Sicilian shrimp and garlicky greens. It's easy, it's delicious, and something everyone's gonna love. You wanna put it on the buffet, you wanna put it on the table, you wanna just have it on the counter and serve it. It doesn't matter. This is one dish you're gonna wanna pay attention to when I'm preparing. And you know what? There's some basics here that really come together and make a wonderful dish. Let's start with the Italian breadcrumbs first. So you saw I'm chopping up that parsley. Now, my mother, she would always put the parsley in like a food processor or something and just chop it and chop it and chop it as fine as can be. Myself, I like a little bite with the parsley, but she always wanted it well blended and never any stems. Oh boy, you never saw a stem in those Italian breadcrumbs. But really, it's kind of basic. We say basic, but you have to have a lot of flavor. And no reason to buy the prepared breadcrumbs when you could prepare it just like this. Garlic, okay? A lot of it, yes. A lot of garlic cloves. And I like just to chop the garlic up with the parsley. Of course, cheese, Parmesan or Romano. Sicilians like to use the Romano. It's a little bit less expensive, first of all, but in Sicily, they produce Romano cheese. Up north, they produce the Parmesan cheese. And the sheep's milk cheese has a lot of flavor, and you don't use as much salt. Now, when we talk about salt, that's a whole other controversy up north because the Italians, back in the 17th century, the king put a tax on the salt. So what they do, they just took it out of the recipes. Tuscan bread, I'm not the biggest fan of. Not enough flavor in there for me. But the Sicilians still use their salt, especially in their cheese because they're right on the ocean, down by Marsala and the salt flats, and they produce a lot of salt. So the cheese has a lot of salt in it and has such great flavor. All right, just chopping up this parsley and the breadcrumbs mixture together. Get this all going. No salt needed. 4 ingredients that are really going to make this dish. With the marinade, it's going to have the garlic and the mint and the parsley and olive oil. But then again, we're going to put this breadcrumb mixture on the shrimp, and then we're going to get the sauteed spinach with a little bit of garlic. So get ready for a little garlic, something you don't usually see me use a lot of. All right, I like a little bite to this, okay, like I said, so I'm not going to chop this up as much. But I think I'm there because I want to see the garlic in this. Most of the time, my breadcrumb mixture, you don't see. It's all mixed together, but I think we're okay here. Get our bowl, our breadcrumbs, plain breadcrumbs, our cheese. No herbs. Don't need any herbs. Now, I know a lot of Italians who like to put mint in their mixture. That's okay also. A little mint gives it some great flavor. Now, when we look at this, you want it to be kind of fine. You could put this whole mixture at this point on a food processor, but I can smell it right now. Oh, it's just absolutely perfect. We're going to set this aside. We're going to make our marinade, and then we'll do the garlicky shrimp and put it on these skewers. So let's get our marinade going right now. Again, I love mint. Man, oh man. And here's my little secret to this. I'm not going to throw the stems away on one of them. No way. Because what I want to do, that is going to be like my little brush. So I'll leave that in there. Just tear that mint, and it kind of gets the mint going when you tear it like that. Again, some garlic. Never smash that garlic, please. We don't want to smash it. No need for that. Get this garlic and have some nice little slices. Boy, these are beautiful cloves of garlic too. And no need to puree this garlic or anything. We're looking for flavor here. One more clove of garlic. That's it. We're not going to throw any of that parsley away either, so we'll put that right in there. Of course, a little bit of oregano. Got to have some oregano. Some lemons. Get the juice of that lemon. Lemon, the mint, the garlic. You talk about delicious. And we'll give this a finish with olive oil and stir it all together. Here's my brush. Just like that. Okay? Now, we'll set this aside. You could put a little salt in this if you like. I don't really need it. I don't think it needs it, but you could take it from there. Now, let's start breading this shrimp. So, we'll get our shrimp. Now, 2 ways to do this. You can get the shrimp, add some oil, and then put it in a bag, plastic bag, and then put your breadcrumbs and you can shake it. Or you could just do it by hand. It really doesn't matter. So, let's get some of this shrimp. Put it in our bowl. Add our olive oil. That's all we really need to do. At this point, set our marinade aside. And let's start working everything here. Our skewer. Come on, you know where I'm going with this. A breadcrumb. And kind of pat it down a little bit. And I just go right through here. And I have another little secret I'll show you. I'll add some more breadcrumbs to this in a minute. Oh, I'm telling you, the smell of that garlic right now already is just fantastic. Okay, slide that right down there again. Make them all go the same way. I like that. It looks a little bit better that way. And you see where I'm going with this. And we'll do a few more skewers like this. But we're going to put them on our pan. Drizzle a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Yes, I do use the extra virgin olive oil for this, even though we don't want to cook with a lot of extra virgin olive oil. Some people think it's a waste. But I do want to put the olive oil on top of this because it's going to give such great flavor. We're not going to use a lot of it. And that should be enough. Just like this. Now, put those breadcrumbs on one more time. Kind of shake them off, but not a lot. Just so it's well coated. And guess what? My oven is ready. So we have to get going here. And it goes all the same way. Put a little bit of olive oil down on this end here. Put our shrimp right on top of that. A little more drizzle of olive oil on top. I'll do this with about 5 or 6 more skewers, and we'll put this in the oven. We'll come back and we'll make some garlicky spinach. You're going to love it. I'm going to drizzle just a little bit more oil right on top and put this into the oven, 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. And now it's time to prepare the garlicky shrimp. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil, the garlicky spinach. Oh my, just slice up a clove of garlic. These are pretty big cloves, so we don't need a lot here. And watch the magic happen. We're not going to boil the spinach, not at all. This is it. This is all we need to do. Let this cook down just a little bit. Touch of salt. In the meantime, let's pull that shrimp out of the oven. Okay, I'm going to brag a little bit. Absolutely beautiful. The shrimp is finished. The spinach will be finished here in about a minute. Look how quickly this spinach cooks. And you do not want to boil it. I can't specify that enough to you. We're going to add just a little more oil to this in about 30 seconds to finish it off. Have a beautiful platter here. We didn't burn that garlic. You see how I moved that garlic? Look at it, it's just perfect. And you know, just a touch, not a lot. Right on top there, how's that? And we're gonna put these skewers on top of that. And you have the perfect dinner. It can sit out on a buffet like I said earlier. That's all you have to do. Look at this. Absolutely love it. Maybe drizzle a little more oil on it, or our marinade. Let's not forget that. It's right on top. Oh my. What a flavorful dish that everyone's gonna love. Sicilian shrimp, garlicky spinach, and this marinade, oh so delicious. From my family to yours, mangia bene. Enjoy, enjoy. Brought to you by Hen House Markets.